Action is the foundational key to all success. Namaskar, welcome to Daily PT Pointers. And in this video, we are going to cover major headlines of the Hindu, Indian Express, and Press Information Bureau. So, without wasting any time, let's start today's discussion. And our first important headline is related to import restrictions, which are notified by the Directorate General of Foreign Trade. And under it, government has imposed restrictions on import of laptops, tablets, and all-in-one personal computers and ultra-small form factor computers and servers to address security concerns and give domestic manufacturing a boost. And do you know, friends, restrictions shall not be applicable to imports under baggage rules, and travelers may be free to bring one of these products back with them from overseas without attracting penalties. The idea behind the import restrictions is not to bar imports but to regulate it to ensure that items which come into the country are compliant with the India's security concerns and don't expose consumers to any risk. The restricted items which are an essential part of capital good like a machine embedded with the computer shall also be exempted from import license. Our next important headline is related to Niger, and it is in the news because recently Niger soldiers announced coup and President's removal, attributing it to the deteriorating security situation, bad governance, including corruption, inflation, and food insecurity. And now constitution is dismissed, all institutions suspended, and national borders are closed. The UN, the US, Germany, and France have condemned the coup, and the UN has suspended humanitarian operations in Niger, while the European Union has halted all security cooperation. Now let's know more about Niger. So friends, as you can see here, it is located in West Africa between Algeria, Benin, Burkina Faso, Chad, Libya, Mali, and Nigeria. Its capital is Niamey, and it is a multi-ethnic country, and its most important natural resources are gold, iron, coal, uranium, and petroleum. Our next headline is related to बायोलॉजिकल डाइवर्सिटी बिल, जो कि अभी रिसेंटली राज्यसभा के द्वारा पास किया गया है. The bill aims to conserve biodiversity and promote its sustainable use and equitable sharing of benefits that arise therein. Under the bill, users of codified traditional knowledge and Ayush practitioners will be exempted from sharing benefits with local communities, and the bill also removes research and biosurvey activities from the purview of benefit sharing requirements. Now, there are some issues highlighted in the bill, and these are: term codified traditional knowledge has not been defined, and the bill also removes direct role of communities in determining benefit sharing provisions. The bill also decriminalizes offences and proposes monetary penalties, raising concerns about potential exploitation of biological resources without accountability. Our next headline is related to Data Protection Bill, जो कि इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ है लोकसभा में nearly 6 years after the Supreme Court held a privacy a fundamental right under the constitution. ये बिल इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ है एज फाइनेंशियल बिल, बट इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी मिनिस्टर ने इन्फॉर्म किया है लोकसभा को कि ये मनी बिल नहीं है. नाउ लेट्स लुक एट द फीचर्स ऑफ द बिल. तो फ्रेंड्स, it will require companies to clearly mention to users what data are being collected and what are they being used for. Users will get the right to delete or modify their personal data, and entities failing to protect user data may face penalty of up to 250 crore per violation. The bill also proposes creation of Data Protection Board of India, and Union government will notify the appointment of its members. The bill strikes off Section 43A of the IT Act 2000 that requires companies which mishandle user data to compensate users. The bill also provides a wide range of exemptions for state and its instrumentalities. For instance, personal data can be processed in the interest of sovereignty and integrity of India or security of the state for fulfilling any obligation under law, while the law also requires firms to disclose users the identity of other firms to which their data would be entrusted for processing. They are explicitly exempted from disclosing sharing of such data in case of lawful interception of data. Our next important headline is related to Himalayan vulture, and ये न्यूज में भी इसलिए है क्योंकि recently researchers have recorded the first instance of captive breeding of Himalayan vulture in India at the Assam State Zoo, Guwahati. ये classified है as near threatened species on the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species, and it is common winter migrant to the Indian plains and resident of high Himalayas. Our next headline is related to Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi अमेंडमेंट बिल 2023 एंड ये न्यूज में अभी इसलिए है क्योंकि रिसेंटली लोकसभा ने इसको पास कर दिया है एंड ये बिल स्टैब्लिश करता है नेशनल कैपिटल सिविल सर्विसेज अथॉरिटी जो कंसिस्ट करेगा चीफ मिनिस्टर, चीफ सेक्रेटरी ऑफ दिल्ली, Principal Home Secretary of Delhi, and it will make recommendations to Lieutenant Governor regarding transfers and posting of officials and disciplinary matters. And the bill empowers the LG to exercise his sole discretion on several matters, including those recommended by National Capital Civil Services Authority and the summoning, prorogation, and dissolution of Delhi Legislative Assembly. Our next headline is related to Voyager mission, and ये न्यूज में अभी इसलिए है क्योंकि recently NASA has detected a signal from its Voyager 2 spacecraft after losing communication, and it is currently in interstellar space. Now, what is interstellar space? So, friends, scientists define the beginning of interstellar space as the place where sun's constant flow of material and magnetic field stop affecting its surrounding. Along with Voyager 1, Voyager 2 provided invaluable data and inspired future space missions. They both were designed to take advantage of a rare planetary alignment to study the outer solar system up close. Voyager 2 targeted Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, and like Voyager 1, Voyager 2 also was designed to find and study edge of our solar system. Our next headline is related to Meri, Maati, Mera, Desh campaign, and ये start होगा 9th अगस्त से 15 अगस्त तक, and it is being rolled out under Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. The campaign aims to honor the brave freedom fighters and brave hearts who sacrificed their lives for the country. The campaign will include various programs across the country to remember the brave hearts. Now, recently, Indian naval ship Sahyadri and Kolkata arrived at Port Moresby for enhancing maritime partnership and cooperation with Papua New Guinea. Now, let's know more about these ships. So, friends, INS Sahyadri is the third ship of the indigenously designed and built Project 17 class multi-role stealth frigates, and INS Kolkata is the first ship of the indigenously designed and built Project 15A class destroyers. Both the ships are armed with an array of modern weapons and sensors which can address threats in all three dimensions. Our next headline is related to Study in India portal, which is a one-stop platform and it will simplify international students' academic journey in India. It is a dedicated website that will provide comprehensive information about Indian higher education institutions. It will illustrate academic programs covering undergraduate, postgraduate, doctoral level programs, as well as courses in Indian knowledge systems like yoga, Ayurveda, classical arts, etc. And do you know, friends, Study in India is a flagship program of Government of India under the aegis of Ministry of Education, and it aims to increase the number of international students in India. Our next headline is related to Offshore Areas Minerals Development and Regulation Amendment Bill 2023, जो कि recently राज्यसभा ने पास किया है, and it seeks to make amendments to the Offshore Areas Minerals Development Regulation Act 2002, which came into force in 2010. However, no mining activity has been undertaken in the offshore areas till date. Hence, central government has proposed the present amendment bill to bring several reforms in the offshore mining sector. The recent bill will bring major reform by introducing auction as method of allocation of operating rights in the offshore areas, and two types of operating rights to be granted under it to private sector only through auction by competitive bidding, and these are production lease and composite license. Operating rights to be granted to PSUs in the mineral bearing areas reserved by the central government. Our next important headline is related to राजमार्ग यात्रा, जो कि recently introduce किया गया है नेशनल हाईवे अथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया के द्वारा to enhance highway users experience. ये एक यूनिफाइड मोबाइल एप्लीकेशन है which is aimed at providing comprehensive information and efficient complaint redressal for national highway users. It offers real-time weather conditions, timely broadcast notifications, and details about nearby toll plazas, petrol pumps, hospitals, hotels, and other essential services, ensuring a seamless and safe journey on national highways. Our next and last important headline is related to पोर्ट हेल्थ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, जो कि रिसेंटली लॉन्च किया गया है यूनियन मिनिस्टर ऑफ पोर्ट्स, शिपिंग एंड वाटरवेज के द्वारा अंडर सागर सेतु, विच इज अ नेशनल लॉजिस्टिक्स पोर्टल. द पोर्ट हेल्थ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन will conduct disease surveillance, health inspection, and quarantine measures to safeguard citizens and port workers, and it is aimed to enable faster and simpler ecosystem to promote ease of doing business. So with this, let's conclude our today's discussion. Thanks for listening, and for regular updates, you can follow us on various social media platforms.